Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marco. I'm an Ateneo BS Biology graduate. I said that way too fast. And in this video, I will be giving a brief overview/review of the FocusByte app. And not only that, in the end, I will give you guys a couple of tips on how you can increase productivity with your devices or other gadgets, to be honest. Mainly for the iPad because that's what I use, but these apply to all devices in general. Okay, so I think I have to give a warning. I'm not really sure this is the first time that this has ever happened to me, but I was contacted by the guy who developed this app. So yeah, fair warning. Just a fair warning. So yeah, let's get into the video. So for the FocusByte app, the general idea of it is it plays around with the idea of the Pomodoro method. Much like other productivity apps, it makes you time your work based on how long you want to work. And I'll be honest, sorry my guy, it's kind of like the Forest app, but the difference is instead of using trees, you use avatars, which you level up, get gold for, which I'll be talking about later. So the timer times you, big bars over there, from 1 minute to 120 minutes, and you're able to tag these sessions based on what you think they are under. Right now I have unset, which is just, you don't have a tag for it. Work, study, and read. You get the option to time your breaks as well. So from 1 minute to 30 minutes, and it even goes to the very specific seconds, which is really cool actually. And it also has something called deep focus mode. If you're not familiar with this mode, it basically means that if you exit the app on your phone, it's gonna end the session right there. As in, it's gonna say, yo boy, you failed, you got distracted. And in this timer, you get gold and experience in every session you finish. Okay, it's pretty hot. There is a store, so for all the gold you get, you can spend it on mystery boxes from common, gold, and diamond. In these mystery boxes, you can get several items depending on the level of rarity. In this store, you can also get specific clothing items for your avatar if you don't want to risk it through a mystery box. So when you finish a session, you also get experience. You also get experience, and that experience helps your character or your avatar level up. This is my fault entirely. I haven't really gone to adolescence yet. My avatar is still a baby. And I guess when I reach level 15, that is the time where your baby is gonna grow up. You also have a statistics tab, which tracks your minutes. There's a weekly spread, a monthly spread, and a yearly spread. And then each bar in the bar graph, you actually get to see how many minutes and how many sessions it took you to reach that total amount of time. And what's really cool about it is at the bottom, there's a pie graph. I want to say this is a pie graph. There's a pie graph of every tag you used. So for example, if I was maybe using it half for work, half for studying, then this pie graph would have 50% work, 50% studying, that sort of thing. Inventory basically shows all of your things, like all of the stuff you have accumulated throughout all of your sessions or throughout all of your purchases. One quick little side note, you also have the option to get quotes on your screen if you want motivational quotes. They're all about work, productivity, but honestly, it's not my thing, so I turned it off. So if it's your thing, go ahead. With all of those in mind, I want to give my thoughts on the app. Personally, I think the app is pretty good. It's an app that's definitely gonna stay in my phone for quite some time. Much like Forest, it is a pretty good gateway drug into the Pomodoro method. I say this because it makes the Pomodoro method much more fun and much more lively. Unlike before when I was using like tomato timer or whatever, where it just solely times your sessions. The thing with this is it gives me a much more me feeling because it does have a tangible result in the end, which is seen by the golden experience you get, and it lets you customize an avatar to your liking. So you kind of have this goal in mind where, oh shoot, I want to make my character look like this, so I just have to study for a bit and then do it. Though I do realize that the feature where you get to customize a character isn't really for everyone, it doesn't really appeal to everyone, I think you still should consider using this app. It is free on the iOS. Not sure if it's out on Android just yet. Yeah, I do think you should try to use the app. With that out of the way, now I want to talk about a couple of tips that I want to give to reduce your distractions or increase your productivity with all your gadgets, tablets, iPads, knickknacks, whatever. Especially now that it's online classes, I think this is a pretty relevant topic. First tip I want to give, it might seem really obvious, and that is to turn off all your notifications. I say it's really obvious because that's kind of the first step everyone usually takes. When you don't want to be distracted, remove the distraction entirely. I think being notified when someone messages you, when someone likes your tweet, likes your Facebook post, that is really distracting, especially when it pops down and it's so easy to tap and check it out. I actually want to share a little bit that my notifications on my phone have been off for 2 years now. I think it's doing me pretty good so far. If you do want to take it one step further, turn off your Wi-Fi while you do work or while you study. Turn it on if and only if you have to Google something, you have to download something. But then just try to download everything you need before the study session even starts, and then you're good to go. So the second tip I have, hopefully it's focusing in my hand so I don't look awkward, is to disable the recent apps feature. This is kind of specifically for iPad, but try to adapt it in your own device. On the iPad, there are 3 apps on the right side of the dock that are basically the recent apps that you just used. In my experience, it makes your recent apps accessible in a bad way. I've had times, I'll be honest again, I'm just a man. When I'm using Notability and I want to transfer to GoodNotes, I pull up the dock, see na, oh look, Messenger. I should check if someone messaged me. Boom, then I'm down. I'm down the rabbit hole of talking to people. What I do, I just disable that feature. Makes it harder to go to Messenger, to be honest. Increases the friction to distractions, and I think that increase in friction reduced my distraction. Third tip, no, I think this is a better post. Third tip is to delete Netflix and other entertainment apps. I know, this sounds kind of boring, but I only ever do this when I really need to focus. I delete Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, Messenger, everything that isn't related to studying. Personally, I think this helps because you start dedicating the iPad solely to productivity stuff. And it's sort of a mindset thing because when you open up iPad, the only thing you really expect to do at that point is your work or your studies. The last tip I want to give, and of course I have to, bring it around back, and that is to use productivity apps to help you work even more. Apps like Forest and FocusByte help you get into that work mode even more, especially if you use Forest and FocusByte pretty faithfully. These type of apps only become beneficial if you actually use them faithfully. As in, when you start the timer, you actually focus. Alright, that pretty much ends this video. Hopefully you guys found this helpful and or insightful. I wanna plug a couple things. Instagram up there, Facebook down there. Those are the best ways to contact me if you do want to ask me some questions. I do have an email. I think I replied to email pretty okay. If you did like this video, found it helpful or insightful, consider subscribing. Subscribe button is like around here. Next video is up there and down there. Hopefully I see you guys in my next video. Peace.